Johnny Dumbbell. What's good, fam? We in the building.
Yeah, crazy weekend we had out here in Pittsburgh. We had Picklesburg, the annual pickle festival, where pickle enthusiasts from everywhere. And man, you would not believe some of the stuff that I saw this weekend. Things that would make your stomach turn, some things that make you intrigued, and other things that say, "All right, where's the pickle beer?" So good time. It was a good day. It was a fun weekend, albeit a little bizarre, but it always is. So good times.
That's what's up. Shout out to Pittsburgh and Picklesburg. Johnny, it's Ask Your Favorite Uncles Night.
It is. We actually have a couple of questions, and the one question I think I'm going to save for last is actually kind of cause for celebration, and I think it's also going to be seeking a little bit of advice too, but I think you'll see what I mean. Guys, going to celebrate the small victories, and tonight one of our viewers that wrote in, we're celebrating a small victory for him, so it's looking good, and yeah.
Hey, shout out to him.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. So, William, let's get that intro underway.
Okay, for those of you that are new to our channel, allow me to introduce myself. My name is William, and welcome to my channel. It's called William the Conqueror, where I can show you how to conquer the hearts and minds of women the world over, but only if you first have the ability to conquer yourself. Gentlemen, I'm talking about self-discipline. And Johnny Dumbbell, go ahead and introduce yourself tonight, brother.
So, like Bill said, I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I'm a personal trainer and lifestyle coach out here in beautiful Pittsburgh. One of the main things that I like to bring to the table is that I like to kind of show young men and really men of all ages, because let's face it, we are all mystified at some stage of life about how our dealings with the opposite gender, could or should go. But I'm not here to tell you about all the things I did right. No, I'm here to tell you about all the mistakes and screw-ups that I made, because I am damn good at it. I am a professional screw-up. I've even made money off making stupid mistakes. So I'm here to share my successes and mostly my failures when it comes to things like self-respect, self-discipline, self-control, self-improvement, relationships, dating, personal growth. And by that, I mean physical, mental, spiritual, whatever you want to call it. The reason I say this is because as young men, I know those of you watching this are every bit as dumb as I used to be, and Bill. So you're probably thinking about doing something in the name of love, romance, or chasing that ever-loving feeling that starts with an O that the algorithm doesn't like us to say. But here's the thing. It makes you do stupid things. So before you do one of those stupid things, here's what I need you to do for us. Leave it in the comments. Shoot us a message. Call us. Talk to your screw-up uncles first. Chances are one of us, possibly both of us, has already done it and found out the hard way and paid dearly for it. So, in short, we're the screw-up uncles that everybody talks about. You can still learn a lot from.
Well said, Johnny. And that's it, nephews. We're here to give you the game on your problems, your questions about manhood, anything you need. You can put it in the chat. You can write Johnny Dumbbell. You can call into our 1-800 number or send up a smoke signal. We got you. Let me get that number up, Johnny.
That's by pantomiming a smoke signal right there.
Hey, whatever it takes.
So we have a couple of really good questions tonight. I'm excited for them. Um, get that going here. What we got here? First one is from Walter. And I've already lost my glasses. There they are.
What's good, Walter?
Nephews don't get old. He says she sent me a message on Snap. All right. So we've been broken up for a few months now. The breakup didn't end terribly. It actually ended on good terms. I broke it up. I broke it off and messaged her a couple of times before, but then it went a month without texting her. Or I'm sorry. I broke and messaged her a couple of times before, but then went a complete month without texting her at all. Then I posted a video of me singing a song on my story. I'm guessing he means a Snapchat story. And she replied saying, "That's a good song." I told her the old album is good. I'm assuming in a replying comment. Then I asked how her family is doing because, you always ask that in the comment threads. And we talked a little bit. Before we stopped talking, she said, "If you want to hang out, let me know when." I told her, "Yes, I will," and left it at that. Now it's the next day, and I'm in a good place where I can reach out and hang out, but I don't know if I should or when the right time is.
Nephew.
Yeah.
You don't know what that was? Okay. She was trying to reconnect with you for a reason, and you missed a really good opportunity to fold her up like a pretzel and punish her. But that being said, you probably did the right thing, because had you have done that, you would have been more susceptible to her influence and be trying to put it on her again. I know you, okay? Because I know me and I see myself in a lot of you. So it's probably
and I mean,
fumbled that, but that's what that was. She wanted a connection right then and there, not down the road, not when you feel like she was in the mood for it and you missed an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he was looking for like maybe one more roll in the hay, that would have been fine. But here's the problem. He's young and doesn't have our experience. We know what we would do, but we've been down that road many, many times. It sounds to me like this is maybe his first or second rodeo. So we don't want to go in the look. What you're telling them, Bill, is an advanced class. We got to get our man there first. So Walter, here's the thing. You broke up a few months ago, huh? And she suddenly just messaged you for no reason. Like maybe she spun the wheel and your name came up under the pointer and she said, "Oh, hell yeah, I'll just text Walter today." So you think that was just kind of like, "Oh, I was just sitting daydreaming on my porch while writing in my paper diary with my pencil." I guess nobody does that either. And decided to text him and just see how he is doing because I genuinely care how he's doing. Here's the thing, man. If she doesn't want you back on her roster, now a couple of scenarios are possible here. Maybe maybe that is the case. Maybe she was just daydreaming about the times you spent together. I mean, the movies show you that, right?
Johnny.
Or maybe she's been out there, she's gotten into the dating world, maybe even been ran through a couple times, but now things have slowed down. Maybe things went sour with the guy maybe she was interested in, and maybe she thinks that you can be the fallback guy. Or third, she doesn't plan on being with anyone, but remember, if she wants you on her roster but does not have romantic feelings for you, there is a reason for that as well. And that is something that I think is very important to make sure you pick out of the air when it comes to her body language and the way that she words things, the way she talks. Again, what she's saying is what you're asking us about. What you should be asking us about is what does it mean? And I would say I wouldn't even bother to have an in-person conversation with her, but if you must, because let's face it, we all need to get our hearts kicked in a few times. If you must meet with her in person, at least do yourself a favor and measure her body language. See how it moves towards you. It's very possible she'll be receptive here, and you'll be that guy that'll go out with her again, meet with her again, and the body language will be completely different. It'll be completely cold, So these are the kinds of things that we tell you to avoid completely by simply not recycling exes. Now it doesn't sound like there's any bad blood between the two of you. So it doesn't sound like anybody was unfaithful. It doesn't sound like anybody was abusive. It doesn't sound like anything like that. But what it does sound like is two young and confused people that maybe should think a little bit more about personal development and deciding where you are in life or where you're trying to get in life, at least before you decide to take somebody with you on that journey.
I mean, that's great advice, Johnny, but I really think in this instance, this woman was not trying to increase her body count, was feeling
I think she was coming. I think she's coming back for what she thought was stability.
Well, I don't know. Here's the thing. Why she's doing what she wants to do doesn't matter. What matters is how you respond to it and how you conduct yourself moving forward. Okay, let's keep our eyes on the big picture here. This woman has the free will to go do whatever she wants, but you still have to respect yourself and conduct yourself as a man going forward. So we don't want to follow her lead, or like Johnny said, you're going to end up on her roster. So right. I'd shut that down. It's good that you didn't respond to it, and you're probably better off moving forward. I have some follow-up questions for you. It has been a year. How many women are you smashing right now, Walter? How many?
He actually said it was a couple of months ago, but it's been long enough. Yeah.
How many are on your team right now? How many women have you went out with in the last week? How many women did you give your number to? I want to know how many times you shot your shot and you were shot down, Walter. So, because if you were a little more seasoned and you had been going out with some more women, you would have forgot that woman's name. And her sending you some little message or whatever, that would have fallen through the cracks because you're way too busy with all the women that actually want Walter. So come on, I mean, to get it together here.
The good news is he came to us and asked what he should do first. And I think that's very important. I think he needs to, continue on that thought pattern. But I really think that, I mean, I'm glad that he came to us. And gentlemen, again, I can't stress it enough. Talk to us first, man, because you could really make yourself look extremely stupid if you read the room the wrong way. And we have read the room the wrong way. I don't know about, I can't really speak for Bill, but I know I have read the room wrong many, 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 many times. And, if you're going to go to her house and hold the boombox over your head, so to speak, you 80s fans will know what I'm talking about. Understand that that's only really going to work if she wants it to work. And again, we're not saying read her mind. We're saying read the room. We're saying read the body language, read the actions. And at the end of the day, you've got to quiz all of those concepts and say, does an interested or an uninterested person do these things? But now you're past that. You're past the relationship. You're actually past that breakup stage. And now what it sounds like to me is either desperation or boredom has brought her back into your inbox.
Okay. Well, we don't recycle women. She's your ex for a reason. And look, okay, I've been through this quite a bit. Let me give you a little bit of game here. Okay. When you split up with a woman, it's for one of two reasons. She either has fouled out, like she has done something, she has crossed a boundary, she has done something you're not comfortable with, and you get rid of her, and there's no going back for that. Now, sometimes women, Johnny, with me, women get mad at me.
Sure.
They get upset with me, and I understand how they feel, but you have to understand that feelings change. And sometimes women aren't so mad at me as they once were. And sometimes women miss me and the times that we had together. And sometimes they want to reach out and see how I'm doing. And if it's all respect, if it's all love there, I don't have a problem, tapping in and just seeing how things have been.
I mean, tap it in, fine. But recycling, no, I wouldn't say that. Hey.
Well, okay, but if you do have to, nephews, let me tell you this. If you must recycle women, we're always talking about the vetting process. And me especially, I'm vetting them for 12 months before I even make them my girlfriend.
I think it should be a little stricter vetting process if she's already been as well,
But she's got to start all the way over at the bottom. If she's willing to do that, if she's willing to put in the work from the ground up, knowing that she makes any mistake and she's getting cut from the team, I may consider it as long as it was mutual respect there. But as for you, I would say you're better off with a woman who would treat you a bit better. So I really think you should just move on and not respond to her and not spin the block with her and let that woman live her life, whether it's you just want the best of luck in your endeavors, blessings on your journey. You know, you should not have any animosity towards her and want nothing but the best from her. I need you guys to understand something, that we as men have a responsibility with these women. We're supposed to leave them better off when our time with them is finished than when we found them. And if you conduct yourself as a man and you're not lying to them, you're not cheating on them, you're not treating them bad, and you show them how a real man is moves and how they're supposed to be treated, you are setting them up for success later in life, because they will always have those interactions to reflect back on. They'll be able to say, man, Johnny never did some stuff like that. Man, William never treated me like that. They'll have that experience, that good experience with the man to reflect back on. So you have a responsibility to leave them better off when your time is done. And you have to know that your time with them is going to be done eventually. Anytime you meet a woman, you guys have an invisible clock on your heads. You have no idea how long you're going to be together. It might be 2 weeks, it might be 2 months, it might be 2 years, but you still need to make the best of that time, as long as you know that it will eventually come to an end.
And if she's the one that blows it, the fact of the matter is she was never going to be better as a result of you anyway, because her focus wasn't on you, if that's the case. So, I mean, you know, there's two sides of that coin, but yeah, I mean, you generally want to leave most of the world better than you found it, if you think about it.
Exactly.
Relationships, your workstation, for the love of God, your workstation. The bench at the gym, please wipe that off, guys. I'm just PSA, wipe that off.
I was doing some incline bench this morning, Johnny.
Incline's good, but I always suggest, okay, here's the thing, off topic. I'm going to suggest, when it comes to incline bench, some of you guys are probably, you know, not really, nobody likes to do incline bench, especially when we're younger and we do the ego lift, because we don't like people seeing us with a 25 on each end when we're like 17 years old. But incline bench is great. One tip that I give people is, well, two tips. Number one, I don't really like the barbell version of it. Now, listen, I know a lot of people will disagree with me, and barbell exercises have their merit. You can overload the bar and really kind of push that strength gain, and I think that's fantastic. But when you use the dumbbells, number one, my name is Johnny Dumbbell. Number two, you can get more depth out of it, and number three, you actually should set the angle of the bench, instead of 45 degrees, set it to 30. It's going to give a little bit more of the surface of the upper chest, a little bit more of a push, and you're less likely to go out of form with the elbows flaring out, especially if you're a beginner at this exercise. Anyway, that's my Johnny Dumbbell workout tip of the night. Enjoy.
Appreciate it, Johnny. I use these Johnny Dumbbell tips myself. I used to do the Johnny Dumbbell at-home workouts, you know, before you came up with the Johnny Dumbbell get off your ass challenge and made me start going to the gym. And I'll tell you, that is just, from doing at-home exercises, yes, it was exercising. Yes, it was consistent. Yes, my physique showed that I was working out. But once I hit the gym, wow, just having access to the different machines, I just can't believe some of these workouts you have me doing, how great they are.
Hey, I love that you're sticking with it, man. Stick with it.
Okay, well, I was doing a little too much, Johnny, to be honest. I was there like 6 days a week. And, you're saying like 4 days a week, is all I really need, 5 maybe.
Well, if you're doing total body, my thing is, if you want to go 6 days, that's fine, but do your bro splits. You could do your chest and triceps, say Monday and Thursday. You could do your back and biceps Tuesday and Friday. You could do your shoulders and legs on Wednesday and Saturday. So you're still getting your 6 days. You're working different muscle groups each day. So you're getting 2 days for each muscle group. That's okay. But if you're doing total body 6 days a week, yeah, man, that's overkill. First, I think the most important thing for a working man or woman to remember is you got to be able to know how many days a week for sure that you can get to the gym. If you know it's only going to be 3 or 4, then that's when I say make it every other day, make it total body. And the best results seem to come from my clients who manage to complete 12 sets per muscle per group in a given week. If you can do that by getting there 4 days a week and doing, say, 2 or 3 rounds of total body every other day, I think that should actually at least increase your strength, your endurance, and get you in a lot better shape than you already are. The hard part's going to be consistency. So like I said, if you're just getting off the couch 3 times a week for 4 weeks, after that 4th week, write me a comment. Tell me how full of crap I am. But after that, I want you to get 1 extra day a week on top of that. Give me 4 days a week for 4 weeks. Tell me how you feel. I'll bet you will feel fantastic. If you don't know what to do, I'll write you a workout. Let me know.
Nice.
Moving on.
Moving on. All right, Walter. You know, we appreciate you writing in, and I personally think you missed an opportunity to have a little bit of fun with that woman and send her along her way. But
I still think you dodged a bullet.
You made the right move here, accidentally. So
hey, wait, listen. They don't. What did it say? They ask how, not how many, right?
All right, what else we got tonight, sir?
All right, so let's see. I'm sorry, Bill Walter. I forgot the page over, folks. My bad. Gen X are bad swipers. So we got Robert here, and Robert says half-year check-in. Oh, right. Okay, half-year check-in. He is half the year 2025. He means is gone. Right now, I'm a 34-year-old male. No luck so far. My strategy is to frequent the nearest park near me. Something new I started recently. I also go ice skating. I'm guessing he's closer to you than me because I don't think we have an ice skating rink around here for recreational. I go ice skating. That's fun, but who knows? Might run into someone in the rink. What about you guys? Share your stories, successes, failures, strategies. Where are the good places to find young single women about my age?
Bro, great question.
That really, you know what?
Here's the answer for you tonight, nephew.
I cannot believe it took this many weeks for somebody to finally ask that.
You want to meet young, attractive, single women? You have to do this thing called open your door and go outside.
Thank you.
Really fun. Now, I think he's on the right path, Johnny. He's talking about me. I'm ice skating. He's talking about, him going to the park. And we always say that you should meet women while you're out doing the things that you like to do. We're all a little bit different, but like me, I like to go out and have drinks sometimes. And I'll meet lots of women while I'm out having a drink. I got to watch doing that because I'll start talking to some women and they end up being somebody's woman. And then people get in their feelings because they're talking to me. So, but I just, it's all love. It's nice and polite and it's friendly. And I just enjoy the social interaction. So, but I got to be honest. I meet more women going to the dollar store, the grocery store, running errands than I do anything because it's just a chance meet with somebody that you find attractive who also finds you attractive. And then you're going to work on something called your mouthpiece. You're going to learn how to introduce yourself. You're going to learn how to approach a woman, and you're not going to do some Johnny, I'm trying to watch my language. Okay.
Yeah, no, I get it. Hey, algorithm, man.
Algorithm, right. So what you're going to do is offer that woman your phone number instead of asking for hers, because I don't like how that puts you, the position that it puts you in, asking a woman for something. What are we asking women for?
Well, I would say this. I would say that is a good way to gauge her interest, because that's the first sign that you're going to get from her that's going to give you some body language that's going to determine whether or not that interest level is there. Now, I understand the reasoning behind wanting to give your phone number, but the reason I like to ask for the phone number is because I want to see what that face does when that question exits my mouth. I want to see if she does that pre-lie sigh, what I like to call that whole, God, I don't have a phone or some shit. You know, the thing of it is that if you're asking for that phone number, that's your first body language cue that you can follow. Number one. Now, that's not the main reason you ask for it, but I think that's something that'll help you gauge the situation a little bit better. Where again, we want to waste as little of your time and thus your youth as possible.
Well, you know what? All you do ask women for their phone number. I bet y'all are the same ones that ask women to kiss them too. No, I'm not waiting. Here's the thing.
No,
Johnny,
because by the time you get to that point, you've read her body language. You've gotten to joke with her. You've gotten to see if she touches your arm. You've gotten to see those indicators of interest that you seem to tout so well, because you're absolutely correct to do so. And you've already known that you can lean in, or you've known that this is not the girl to lean in on. So you shouldn't ask at that point. The phone number should be the only question you do ask.
No,
maybe once you get in touch when you get together, but that's it.
One indicator of interest I need: her following my lead and texting me like I asked her to. She does that. That tells me all I need to know. She can follow instructions. So what's it matter if she gives me her phone number or what her face looks like if she can't follow the simple instruction of text me at this time? I don't know, Johnny. We're gonna have to agree to disagree. But
I'm not saying it's a bad method. I'm saying that once that interaction's over, you know less than you would if you were to ask for hers. You've seen less of her body language in that regard. You could walk away with a lot of information and a phone number, and that's it.
My lead. Until she reaches out and follows my lead, none of that matters to me. Her name doesn't even matter to me. Look, I will ask women. They'll have to remind me where I know them from. Like somebody I just gave my number to like a half hour ago. Oh, hey, where do I know you from? But at any rate, here's the thing.
So, I mean,
he's on the right path because he's looking for women while he's out doing the things that he enjoys. So he's not going to get pulled into a situation where he has to pretend to like something for a woman to like him. So
I will say this. Avoid organized singles events. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I don't think that those are today what they used to be. And so, I think what ends up happening there is you're going to end up with too many of one gender or the other. You're not going to see a good mix, and therefore it's not going to be a mixer at all, especially in the local area. Look, I'm not knocking Northeast Ohio. I grew up there, but I just don't think that there is enough people there to really kind of get enough people to garner interest or garner enough people's interests, for something like that. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I am. But singles events, I think the organized singles events are, once you get there, you're already feeling a little bit of pressure knowing that, okay, this is already the theme of something. I'm supposed to go in there and show my stuff. And I think a lot of people kind of go in there with a little bit of an edge, a little bit of chip on their shoulder. Now, you guys who watch, who come here and ask your favorite uncles, I know you don't go in there worrying about that. You go in there with full confidence, walking and talking with your chest and looking and being the best version of yourselves you could be when you go into places like that. But remember, not everybody watches our show, and thus not everybody's going to go in there with intentions of progress.
I have never been to a singles event. Never. I thought that was just something on TV.
It's honestly pretty sad, man. It's usually in bigger cities. They had them in Pittsburgh. I'd say the last one I went to was about 6 or 7 years ago. And it was just, and I mean, honestly, I went mostly out of sheer morbid curiosity, but I'm not going to lie. I was single on the market. I wanted to see what was out there. And I got there, and my God, it's almost like, when you say a singles event, it's almost like saying, hey, free beer at this location at this time. The people that are going to show up early are the people who already have enough of a drinking problem. Well, the people that show up to these singles events already have enough of a singleness problem most of the time. And it's, God, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's usually in a pretty obvious way.
Man, hey, find one in Pittsburgh. I will buy some Meta glasses and go to it.
You better bring some beer goggles to go over them too. If you're,
I will clean up. I'm telling you, I really think I'm going to get some Meta glasses. See, I want
to have fun in Pittsburgh.
I want to do an approach thing. I'm getting off topic here. Okay.
No, not yet.
Yeah, go out to your door, go to the store, everywhere. Anytime here's what you really need to perfect is your approach and what you say to a woman when you step to her. Because if you know yourself and you know what you're going to say, it's not situational. The things that you say to women doesn't change based on your situation or who that woman is, because you never change. So what you have to say to women should always remain the same, no matter what woman you're talking to.
Here's what I would like to.
You should, shooting your shot, you should do that everywhere. Gas station, you see a woman you're attracted to, hey, my name is William, nice to meet you, just wondering if you have anybody in your life that have a problem if I want to give you my number. Or, hey, my name is William, you caught my attention, just wondering if you'd like to meet me for a drink sometime. Stuff like that. You'll get shot down a lot, especially at first, because you're going to come across as nervous saying it. But once you perfect it, once you get that self-confidence behind it, bro, all these women are going to want that number. What are we talking about here?
And listen, if you're a Pirates fan, you can't be afraid of failure. Trust me, I've been watching this team my whole life. Anyway, so, God, they stink, don't they? Hey, listen, all I know is O'Neal Cruz is just hitting absolute bombs at the home run derby right now. It is unbelievable. He hit one that was 514 feet. It was just incredible. It still hasn't landed. So anyway,
Shout out to him.
I would, another thing that I would recommend to you, Robert, is every once in a while, maybe once a month, maybe once every other month, I would like for you to take an extra day off, make it a Friday or a Monday if you're off on weekends normally. And I would like to see you take a 3-day vacation, mini vacation, long weekend, whatever you want to call it, excursion. And I want you to go to a place like Cleveland, Columbus, Pittsburgh. It sounds like you're somewhere in between there. If I'm wrong, find a cool city, find a cool destination to go hang out, but make sure it's a populated one. Bring a friend or go by yourself. I don't care which. But what I want you to do when you roll into town for the first time, and preferably a place you've never been or haven't been that many times, when you're rolling through town, I want you to look around and take a look at some things that you think would be kind of cool to do at noon, at 5 p.m., at 11 p.m. And I want you to do those things over that weekend. Don't blow your wad. Be conservative with your money. It's expensive in cities like that. But I want you to kind of get used to being around people, and I want you to get used to talking to people. And more specifically, I want you to go to a place that, and if you do end up in a place, I should say, that has a woman who appears to be single, appears to be attractive in your eyes, and somebody you would like to talk to, let's go the old-fashioned approach. We walk up, try Williams' approach. It's not difficult. Get up there, make a conversation, even if you don't ever ask for the number. Be comfortable breaking the ice. Be comfortable being the first one to speak, because guess what? That's what happens when you lead. You've just led the conversation.
Okay, buddy, I'm going to do you one better. I think you need an online dating profile. And if you're willing to set one up and you reach out to me, I will help you write it. Yes. And tell you what pictures you should be putting up. So reach out to me. I'll help you with an online dating profile. Then if you want to follow Johnny's advice, if you want to go to Cleveland, Columbus, Pittsburgh, you could then set your dating profile to that city days in advance and start looking for women that want to meet you. Look at that. So it's really simple. You just got to go outside. You got to learn how to engage women in conversation. You have to have a little bit of thick skin to get shot down. You have to learn how to read their body language and other indicators of interest. And we're not talking rocket science here.
No.
All this stuff is easily learned, nephews. It's just most human behavior. I mean, come on. So
yeah, it's about bottom lining her actions and being realistic with yourself when you have to answer the question. Does someone do this when they are interested, or does someone do this when they are not interested? Yeah, is this something that I could see someone doing when they're trying to spare my feelings, so to speak? Is a good example of that.
Okay, well, I think he'll be good to go. And like I said, if you want to do an online dating profile, get at me. I'll help you write one up, because mine is fire. Like Johnny, I got like 5 or 6 matches. I matched with a woman this week, John. I should probably save this for the Bumble show, but she's a OF content creator and asked me if I wanted to do some videos with her.
Oh man. All right. Hey man.
We'll talk about that on Thursday. So we got another question for us tonight?
We got one more, and this is the one I was kind of excited about. It's kind of our success story. And the headline, I love it. One of our younger guys, he's 22 years old. He said, I finally approached a girl and it worked.
All right, nephew. That's what we're talking about over here.
So he says, hey guys, just wanted to share something that honestly still feels unreal to me. First of all, I'm 22 years old. I've always been super socially anxious. First of all, stop using super when you're describing yourself. And until recently, I had never had a girlfriend or a casual hookup. I've always felt a bit behind and insecure about it, and approaching women felt kind of like trying to speak an alien language. Learning a few words in womanese from Johnny Dumbbell, he must have been watching for a while, and learning how to build my own self-confidence from William. A few months ago, I started trying to do something about it. Do something about it instead of just scrolling through this through these apps feeling bad. I took baby steps, started pushing myself to be more social, even just small stuff like making eye contact, like Johnny Dumbbell says. 3 seconds, by the way. and saying hi in public, engaging their reactions. Around that time, I also started reading this book that I randomly found about approaching women and understanding their psychology. I would like to know more about that. He doesn't really go further into it. I was kind of skeptical at first. I thought it would be cringe. I hate that word. But it actually breaks stuff down in a way that helped me reframe a lot of my beliefs. I'm still not done, like 4 chapters left, but it's already changed how I carry myself. Okay, cool. Um, fast forward to this weekend. I was out with friends, not even planning anything crazy, and I ended up talking to this girl at a bar. Normally, I would overthink every word, but I just tried to stay relaxed and present, like the book talked about. We actually vibed, joked around. She touched my arm, like Johnny Dumbbell says, okay. And before I knew it, we were, hold on, it gets better. Before I knew it, we were making out and went back to her place. I still can't believe it. I'm not pretending that I'm suddenly some player or anything. I'm still the same awkward guy working through stuff. But this was a huge win for me. Just wanted to say to both of you guys, thanks for your advice. And if there's anything more that you could tell me that I can do to make myself a little bit more marketable, as Johnny Dumbbell says, please let me know. I know it takes time. And yes, I will trust whatever process you guys tell me. All right.
Hey, I'm proud of you, nephew, for real.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I got the name wrong. It was Greg. Greg is the name.
Hey, that's the thing. We want all you guys to get the girl. We want all you to have that same experience that Greg just had, and just be grateful for it, man.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what's great, because it sounds like Greg had a night where, and listen, no matter how awkward we have been, most of us have gotten lucky enough to have that night at some point or another, as long as we were willing to embrace it. When all the stars aligned properly, you were just the right amount of buzz, but you weren't too far along. You were dressed just right. Maybe the music was just right. Maybe the mood or the air was just right. Maybe the cicadas in the trees sounded just right. Doesn't matter. It's a summer weekend night. Everything went perfectly. And my God, you took hold of it and you kept that momentum going. You kept that pedal down and you went with the flow. Like I told you, man, there's a rhythm to everything. You just got to keep up with the beat, and you did that. So remember the mode that you were in. Remember the zone that you were in. Don't worry about the ritual that you were in. Don't worry about the stupid shirt you were wearing. What I want you to think about is the frame of mind that you were in throughout that entire evening, because it sounds to me like one of those nights where that conversation went exactly the way it should have, where that interaction went exactly the way it should have. Because let's face it, you ended up doing the walk of shame the next morning exactly like you should have. And hey, man, we're proud of you. Your uncles are proud of you. We love you. And but I mean, I guess if there's anything else that I would tell you is to don't get down on yourself if this does not keep happening every single night. Now, I'm glad you found some success, but remember, even the great ones only close every 10 to 12%. So I'm not so I don't want you to get excited about this and then go out a few times, bat zero and think, oh, this is crap. I don't know what happened. It was a fluke. No, it's not a fluke.
No,
this is you getting out there and presenting yourself like you said.
This is a beautiful thing, Johnny. This is the building blocks of self-confidence, because he's going to be able to repeat this again with similar results. And once you learn how to do that over and over and over, you develop an unwavering self-belief in who you are as a man that is unshakable, unbreakable, that no one can come between. Now, I see some opportunity for improvement. There's definitely room for improvement here, but I'm really happy that you pull this off. Now, here's what you got to understand. He was probably just in the right place at the right time, but that's all you got to be sometimes. You got to be in the right place at the right time and say the right thing, and it'll happen for you, brother.
Yep.
So
now maybe this fell into his lap. Maybe it didn't. The fact of the matter is that he could have easily chewed his own foot off and talked his way out of it, like a lot of you guys do. Okay. So here's the thing. Understand the reason he didn't talk his own foot off and talk himself out of her bedroom was her place.
Went back to her place.
The point is he could have talked himself out of the bedroom by being awkward, by being overly excited, by, oh, there's a girl that's interested in me. Let me compliment the crap out of her. And then you start doing all the things that had nothing to do with what attracted her to you in the first place. this guy must have known what she saw, or she might have even came right out and told him what she saw. Because guys, if she's attracted to you, she's going to reveal it all. She's going to tell you everything, even if she doesn't say it. Okay. The fact of the matter is, when she's picked you, you know it, and he knew it, and he didn't talk his way out of it. He continued to go with that flow. He continued to be himself, and he continued to win, at least for the rest of the night, for both of them. It was awesome.
Authenticity, gentlemen. This is why we're always talking about be yourself. That's what makes you great, is being unique. If you want to be like everybody else, go right ahead. You're going to be boring, unnoticeable. She won't even remember the things you say to her. But when you are your genuine, authentic self, you tend to leave an impression on women. Now, one thing you should never do is try to impress women, because when you try to impress somebody, you're essentially trying to manipulate them. However,
and even if you weren't, every other guy's trying to anyway.
Well, as a man, it's your job to be impressive through who you are with your principles and standards and how you conduct yourself. You shouldn't have to flex on the things you have. Okay. You really should stand on who you are and not what you have at all. When you start going to the bar, leaving out the BMW keychain, you're essentially looking for women who are going to finesse you, because they need extra resources and incentive to deal with you. But when you stand on who you are as a man, you can drive a $1,000 Chevy and it's not going to matter, bro. It's not.
I actually knew a guy who used to go to hotel bars and had it wasn't Mercedes, it was a BMW keychain. And the thing was, he didn't have to take her in the car because it was a hotel bar. He just had to tell him he was staying upstairs.
Yeah.
That was the 90s, man. That kind of thing worked back then.
Okay, you got to understand, there used to be something called pickup artists and a pickup artist community.
Oh yeah, they're extinct.
It was just really about smashing women, and I used to make the distinction that I was not a pickup artist, because I do talk a lot about how easily it is to get women to fall for you. So. But we don't manipulate women. We don't lie to women. In fact, women get upset with you when you tell them the truth sometimes. They're just not ready for it. You could be having a great evening with them, and then you say something and their whole perception of the evening is shattered by the truth. So that happens at times. What do you think, Johnny? What could he do going forward to repeat these results? I'd like to see him do this again.
Well, I think, Greg, the thing that you need to do is don't focus so much on what you were wearing. Don't focus so much on what you said. Don't focus so much, because I know you're thinking about all the things that you're trying to remember that you did right. Don't think in that specific. What am I trying to say? Don't think in those specifics, I guess I should say. I want you to remember the mode that you were in mentally. I want you to remember the feeling that you had that night. I want you to remember the level of excitement that you felt internally. I want you to remember how confident you were, how much you must have liked yourself to be able to present yourself as something she wanted to go home with, because that is what we call self-confidence. I want you to remember the level. I want you to remember how full up you were with your own self-confidence. I don't mean arrogance. I mean self-confidence. I want you to bear in mind how much you liked yourself that night. And I want you to like yourself that much every night from here on out.
Johnny, I'm glad you brought up arrogance and confidence, because it often happens with me. People mistake my confidence for arrogance because they don't know me. They don't know in my ability to repeat results that I've already had. So they think that I'm very arrogant. And I'll tell you what, the difference is. Confidence is knowing that you can do something and repeating those same exact results. Arrogance is never doing something before in your life and thinking you're not going to have a problem doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of exes that tried to convince me that my confidence was actually arrogance. And it was mostly because by that stage of the relationship, if they're saying that, or I can at least say in their case, they were saying that at that time because they want you to believe that any confident feeling you have about yourself is arrogance, and you need to avoid that. And then once that happens, they will have the confidence for you. You know what that means? That means they control you. That means that they feel like they own you, even if no other place than that space. And so I want you to remember that it matters how much you like you. It matters how much you feel. It matters how confident you feel, I should say. And don't let them tell you that it's arrogance. If it is, and here's the thing, if it really is arrogance, she won't be the only one telling it to you.
All right, nephew, I got another question for you. Why does this got to be a one-night stand? Why didn't you smash that woman so well that before you were leaving, she wanted to know when y'all were going to do it again? Because I'm telling
two things.
you.
Number one, this just happened. Number two, he's 22. So yeah, he probably will.
But here's the thing, Johnny, when you put it on them so good, and then you get, you say, hey, I'm about to get up on out of here, and you start putting your clothes on, they want to know when you're going to see you again. Like, when are we doing this again? Like, they want to know what the plan for that is. Hey, so.
Or if you can at least bring him a towel.
Now, if he went to her house, she should be bringing him a towel. All right, Johnny, I think that's it for us tonight, huh?
That's all I got, man. Yeah.
Hey, that's great, though. Hey, nephews, we appreciate each and every one of you for writing in, for sharing your experiences. It's all love here. That's why we're here to help you. And, and celebrate you too, man. I'm proud of you. I really am. We want to see each of you do better. This is what we talk about. This is why we do this. And you sending us these emails like this, these messages, that just shows us that we're doing the right thing, that we need to be here for all of you. And we're going to continue to do so. So we'll be back Thursday night pulling up my Bumble, and we'll sift through some ladies' dating profiles in the Youngstown area. How's that?
Right, guys. Sounds fantastic to us, man. And it's like I tell you guys every time. Remember, between now and then, if you drink, don't drive. And if you drive, don't park, because accidents cause people. Good night.
We out.